Hey everybody, I have a new Traveler's Notebook spread to share with you today for Wild Whisper. I'm going to be working in my COVID-19 journal and using the 6 Feet Apart collection from Wild Whisper. So I'm starting with this pattern paper. I want to use this as the background for the second side of my tan spread. I'm going to be using a 4x8 photo. So I just went ahead and cut that pattern paper down to 4x8 to use on this side. Pull off the washi tape that keeps my photos in place where I want them until I'm ready to scrapbook them. Before I turned on my camera, I kind of went through the collection and I chose a couple of different patterns and some things that I thought I might like to use on my layout. And now I'm going to go ahead and flip through the die cuts and just find the ones that are relevant to my journaling and what I want to talk about in my spread today. I know that I have a good bit of journaling that needs to be included on this spread, so I decided to go through my printable labels. I get my printable labels from Nicole Jones 911 shop. Her printable labels are very inexpensive and they're awesome. I particularly like the journaling labels because you get labels that have lines and then you can go ahead and journal loads and loads and loads if you like. So I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my picture. That's it. That's what it's called. To the left side, and then to the right, I'm going to go ahead and add this patterned paper. My process for my Traveler's Notebooks tends to be just a little bit different than the process for my scrapbook pages because my Traveler's Notebooks tend to be my journals. So a lot of journaling goes into these little books. And if you have been around a while, you know that on my scrapbook pages, it tends to be more just pretty and decorative, at a date, definitely at a date, always at a date. But if I have a lot of journaling, I generally tend to gravitate more towards a journal for those kinds of journaling things. I'm going to need more labels because I have more things to say. I knew I was going to have loads of things to say, and I thought about grabbing a journaling card, but I didn't really like any of the ones I had left over, so we are going to go ahead and go with all these little labels, and I really do like the look of the journaling on the labels. So I know I want to use that little 3x4 card that's part of the card pack, and it says Coronavirus 2020. And I am going to go ahead and I tore that stripy paper. That striped paper is actually on the back of the like the sheet that comes in your collection that has like the name of the collection and all of that. And then the back of it is this beautiful striped paper. And honestly, the striped paper is my favorite pattern in the whole collection. So that's kind of funny. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my labels organized so that my journaling reads correctly. And then I'm going to go ahead and kind of put them down on the right side. So the journaling talks about how every year, every May, we always take a trip to the nursery to get our flowers and our plants for the year and how it was different this year. Because we had to wear masks, we had to stay apart, but also the fact that we decided to put in a vegetable garden and we went home with way more plants than we usually do. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the big white border off of this little virus die cut. And then I'm going to cut it in half because I don't need a lot of embellishment on the right side of the page, but I wanted to add just a little something. And since we already had the virus down on that 3x4 card, I just went ahead and put the virus here, cut it in half and split them up. And then over on the right, I want to add a little, or left, I want to add a little bit to my photos. So I'm going to take that strip of that stripy paper and I'm going to place it at the bottom and across the bottom of my photo, just like this. I did ink up this strip and the other stripy paper with some vintage photo distress oxide ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, cut the white off of the die cuts. And then what I'm going to do now is just go ahead and put a little bit of a cluster here. I have the mask, I have some hand sanitizer. You can see I have another page before and after. I actually did the page apart from this. So these two pages go together. It was the same trip and the same occasion. One photo is just of how long my hair had gotten, and then the other one tells the story of us at the nursery and how it was different this year. And that is where we are going to call this spread done. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you need some more information or links, you can head over to the Wild Whisper blog, and you can always use my code DTSarah to save 15% off of your order. I hope you all have had a wonderful Monday, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.